Um, wow. Uh, thank you, everybody. Uh, Thank you so much for helping me get to the 1,000 subscriber mark and for helping me break over the 4,000 watch hour mark. I here's the really scary thing for me is that there's a rule on YouTube. If you watch these YouTube videos that are about like how to succeed on YouTube and like how to get your first 1,000 subscribers and whatnot, there's a rule called the 1% rule that says in order to get 1,000 subscribers, you need 100,000 views. 1% of your views are going to subscribe. 100,000 views to get to 1,000 subscribers. Since I started doing these React videos, I've had just a little over 30,000 views, which means I got to 1,000 3 times faster than I was supposed to. That's scary. You guys, you all, every one of you that has been watching these and has been subscribing and supporting this, you have all practically given me whiplash by how fast I was able to hit that 1,000 mark. And I already have my application in for the YouTube Partner Program, which means that hopefully will be happening soon. And then who knows what's next. Just being a YouTube partner doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be quitting your job and making a living. That's not really how this works. Becoming a YouTube partner is sort of the first step to that, but there's a long way to go yet before I'm able to focus on this 100% of the time. I will say this. My intention was never to only do React videos, and I will eventually be doing tech videos and other kinds of videos in addition to the React videos, but I assure you, especially with the kind of reaction that I've gotten from all of you, there is no way I'm going to stop doing these React videos anytime soon. It can't happen at this point. Like, you guys, you have all spoken with your subscribe buttons, and I am incredibly grateful. Thank you so much. Today, because we hit 1,000 subs, I decided to make this one a little bit more personal, even more so than the others so far. This is a song that I have an incredibly both personal and professional relationship with. See, I've been focusing my DJ career in the last 10 years on taking on as many parties at comic shops and video game stores and board game stores and conventions as possible. I have been the DJ and MC for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo for the last 10 years. I have been the DJ and MC for the arcade at the Rose City Comic Con for the last several years. And before I was doing the arcade at Rose City Comic Con, I was doing kickoff parties. I was doing after parties. I have been partying with the nerds of the Portland market for over a decade at this point, and loving every minute of it. And so it is almost impossible for me to do one of these parties without someone asking me to play this song. And I am happy to do it every single time because it's an incredible performance piece by possibly one of, if not my absolute favorite single artist of all time. Weird Al Yankovic is an incredible musician. He never really gets the credit he deserves for the incredible amount of training and discipline and just sheer tenacity that it takes for him to be able to play all of the different styles, be able to sing all of the different parodies, being able to rap in this case. It is not an easy feat. As a matter of fact, there's one more thing I want to show you. I had been such a fan of Weird Al for so many years going all the way back to when I was just a little kid, mowing lawns for my parents' friends to make a little bit of weekend money. And when I used to mow those lawns, I would put Weird Al albums on my headphones, and I would just listen to them on repeat for hours. I knew every word to every song. I loved every single song without exception. And finally, last September at the Rose City Comic Con here in Portland, I was able to meet him in person and thank him for everything. And he was kind enough to sign my copy of his self-titled album. Sorry, the lights kind of... but you can see here, to DJ Switch, Weird Al Yankovic. And what I did, I was actually performing in the arcade at the time. My wife pulled me out and had me put on one of my other DJs so that I could go meet him, get this signed, and then I took this record back to the arcade, put it down on my turntable, played I Love Rocky Road one last time, and then I slipped it back in the sleeve, took it home, bought a frame, and it has been in this frame ever since. The record's in there. Never going to get played again as far as I'm concerned, but that's okay, because I can get another copy to play. This one is signed by the man himself, and it is going to forever be special to me. With that being said, you all have made this channel incredibly special to me by helping me get over that 1,000 mark. And so I want to share with you my thoughts on Weird Al Yankovic's White and Nerdy.
They see me mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so wild.
That's Key and Peele. That's Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele, y'all. They were doing the comedy thing. This came out in 2004, I believe, if I remember right. It came out on the album Poodle Hat. And or no, was it Straight Outta Linwood? And now I gotta look that up. It was definitely one of those two albums. And these boys, Key and Peele, have been rolling with Weird Al Yankovic for a minute.
White and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy?
Oh, the grill.
I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really, really.
And I love that the red lights in the back are they make the shape of Pac-Man. Because of course they do.
First in my class there at MIT. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep your 40 out, just have an Earl Grey tea. My rims never spin, to the contrary. You'll find that they're quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherry. Stephen Hawking's in my library. My MySpace page is all totally pimped out. Got people begging for my top 8 spaces.
Who remembers MySpace? Man, I really didn't want to be on MySpace. My friends in college convinced me. They were like, dude, you're taking pictures for the newspaper. You need a place to put your pictures online. People can see them, especially the ones that don't make it into the paper. Because, spoiler, when you work for a newspaper, you take hundreds of photos and they'll maybe use 3 of them. Yeah, no, I mean, MySpace was... Oh, MySpace was a weird time.
Yo, I know pie to 1,000 places. Ain't got no grills, but I still wear braces. I order all of my sandwiches with mayonnaise. I'm a whiz at Minesweeper, I can play for days. Once you see my sweet moves, you're gonna stay amazed. My fingers moving so fast, I'll set the place ablaze. There's no killer rap I haven't run. At Pascal, well, I'm number 1. Do vector calculus just for fun. I ain't got a gap, but I got a soldering gun. Happy Days is my favorite theme song. I can sure kick your butt in a game of ping pong. I'll ace any trivia quiz you bring on. I'm fluent in JavaScript as well as Klingon. Here's the part I sing on.
See me roll on my Segway.
All right, hold up. So... a lot of folks don't realize this, but Al can actually do this song live. He can rap that fast. This isn't edited to make him sound faster than he is. He didn't he didn't rap in halftime and then have them speed it up in the studio. No, this is legit 100% Al. He can do this. He is talented enough to be able to keep up with this song.
I know in my heart they think I'm white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I like to roll with
Why is Donny Osmond there?
gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. How'd I get so white and nerdy?
I've been browsing, inspecting X-Men comics, you know I collect them. The pens in my pocket, I must protect them. My ergonomic keyboard never leaves me bored.
I legitimately want that hoodie. I have no idea where to find a hoodie like that, particularly in my size. I imagine they didn't. I don't know if they even merchandised the hoodies. If they ever did. I mean, we're talking 16, 17 years ago at this point. 16 years ago. So, I mean, I don't imagine you can really find them just around. But man, that hoodie is awesome, and I would so rock the hell out of that thing if I ever had a real one.
Shopping online for deals on some writable media. I added Wikipedia. I memorize Holy Grail really well. I can recite it right now and have you ROTFLOL. I got a business doing websites. Well, my friends need some code. Who do they call? I do HTML for them all. Even made a homepage for my dog. Yo, I got myself a fanny pack. They were having a sale down at the Gap. Spend my nights with a roll-up bubble wrap. Pop, pop, hope no one sees me getting freaky.
I'm nerdy in the extreme and whiter than sour cream.
I was in a V Club and Glee Club and even the Chet.
Okay. I was the AV club in my high school. This is going to be a real shocker to all of y'all, but my high school didn't really have an AV club. My band director, my freshman year of high school, my band director, I was playing saxophone, and my band director says to me, "Hey, you're pretty good with computers, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I want to show you how to run a soundboard." I was 14 years old, and he says, "I want to show you how to run a soundboard, and I'm going to teach you how to use microphones because I don't want to do it anymore. It's boring to me." I was like, "Oh, okay." And he showed me how to run a set of speakers and an amplifier and a little soundboard. And my job at my school, I was just volunteering my time to go like set up sound equipment and, you know, for like ice cream socials and assemblies, you know, school assemblies, stuff like that. And then the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, my band director actually quit his job. Like, dude just straight up left. He got another job somewhere else. He had been there 30 years, so I imagine there was some sort of like internal political thing that he was just like, "I'm done with this." And so he left, and I was left the only person in my school that knew how to run that sound equipment. So my principal calls me in the first day of my sophomore year, and I was like, "I don't know what I did. I haven't been here long enough to get in trouble." So first day of school my sophomore year, my principal goes, "We want to hire you to run all the sound equipment for the school because no one else knows how to do it." And minimum wage at the time was like, $7 an hour or something like that. And I was like, I appreciate that, but I don't really need $7 an hour for like 3 hours a month. Just that extra $20 doesn't really do much for me. I said, so instead of doing all the paperwork, why don't we just skip that? I'll volunteer to do it for free, and you just let my teachers know that sometimes I got to get out of class to go do sound equipment stuff. Y'all, I negotiated a permanent hall pass my first day of my sophomore year of high school. To this day, I am super proud of that. I mean, what situation in the world would have ever allowed me to do that other than just being able to be the sound tech? And it totally worked for me for the next 3 years. I got out of class basically whenever I needed to. I mean, I would just manage the inventory of the sound equipment of the school and make sure that the equipment was running correctly. And whenever they needed me for an assembly or so, and I would set everything up. And there was in the rack that had the amplifier also had a little CD player. So I would start playing music at these things. That's how I started DJing. I started DJing when I was 14, 15 years old for just little things around my high school. By 16, I was working for an ice rink. And then by 17, I was working for a mobile company doing weddings, private parties, business events, that kind of thing. So I have legitimately been paid to be a DJ professionally since I was 16 years old. I am now 36. So 20 years. I mean, yeah, I'm coming up on 21 years of being paid to play music for people, and it's been a long road. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking right now. You're probably thinking, Twitch, why don't you just shut up and get back to the video? That's very nice of you to leave those comments for me. But I assure you, for all of you that have been leaving the comments saying, shut up, stop talking, this is my channel. I'm going to talk all I want. And I hope that you guys are enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, watch something else. That's all I got.
Team, only question I ever thought was hard. What do I like, Kirk, or do I like Picard? Spend every weekend at the Renaissance Fair. Got my name on my underwear.
They see me strolling, they laughing and rolling their eyes because I'm so white.
Okay, hold on.
Just because
This
I'm
right
white
here.
and nerdy. Just because I'm white and nerdy. All because I'm white and nerdy. Holy cow, I'm white and nerdy.
I really gotta stop hitting that button. Have you guys seen the Star Wars special, the Star Wars holiday special? Any of you that have maybe caught like a bootleg version of it on the internet, please know that I share in your pain. I've seen it twice. Somehow I was talked into seeing it a second time. As a lifelong Star Wars fan, oh, it is so bad. It is so bad. Please don't watch the Star Wars holiday special. It will make you hate Star Wars. Well, it almost made me hate Star Wars. But of course I don't.
I wanna bowl with the gangsters, but oh well, it's obvious I'm white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
Bonk. That's it. All right, Mr. Weird Al Yankovic, everybody. Just what an incredible performer. Here's the thing. I've seen live videos of him doing that entire song. The breath control required to be able to rap that fast and that consistently is just phenomenal. Al is somebody who, for as much as he jokes around and as much as he loves to goof off and as much as he loves to do silly things and indulge silly whims, he works incredibly hard to be able to pull off stuff like this when he is performing live. And he I don't know that there are any songs in his catalog that he hasn't performed live at some point. The man's just an incredibly prolific and talented and very, very hardworking musician that to my knowledge has never taken his career or his success for granted. And that's all the more reason why I absolutely adore him as an artist and appreciate him for not only for his humor, which has always been incredibly family friendly and relatively clean, but also just for the fact that for so many years now he has just proven that just because something is silly or goofy doesn't mean that he's working any less hard or that he's putting any less care into the end product of what he does. He really is one of the hardest working, most talented musicians in the world, and I'd be more than happy to provide multiple examples of recorded works that he has that show off just the incredible breadth and range of musicianship. And I'm not, and of course, I mean, his polka stuff alone is just incredible to listen to if you've ever heard any of his polka parody stuff. But he also has original works and pastiche works where it's not necessarily a direct parody of a specific song, but more of like a sort of a genre or a style parody. There's so many of those in his catalog that represent just what an incredible talent he is. So I really wanted to do White and Nerdy just because I knew I wasn't going to have a lot to say about it. That's the thing about rap music in general, but particularly a song like this where, I mean, it sort of speaks for itself, and there's not a lot of musicianship here that's being displayed only because of the fact that it's a parody of a hip hop song. There's electronic production, and then there's one performer. and that one performer is performing the hell out of this song. But hip hop by nature is very simple. And that's sort of the appeal of it. And that's what I like about hip hop. And that's what a lot of hip hop fans like about hip hop, is just sort of the simplicity of it. The directness of it. Right. Al here is delivering a performance that, frankly, I couldn't keep up with for all the years that I've listened to this song, and for all the times that I've tried to do it in karaoke or whatever. I can't rap this. Not that I would ever pretend to be, terribly good at rapping anyway. But no, this is way too fast for me. And it requires way too much breath control, and it really speaks to what an incredible performer he really is. So, my hat's off to Al for, all these years later, this song still just means the world to me and to a lot of other nerds out there. And, my thank you to all of you who have helped me get to 1,000 subscribers. I truly, truly appreciate it. If you would like to find out more about what I'm doing elsewhere on the internet, I've actually started to include my own Linktree link, which has all of my social media links in the description. So they're easy to find. Just hit the link for all my social media stuff. You'll find me Facebook.com, Instagram.com, Twitch.tv, Patreon.com. All of that is at DJ Switch PDX. Which I'm going to be coming back on the 17th of August, which is on Monday. I've been taking a little bit of a break so that I can focus on working on this YouTube stuff, and I'm super happy that it was way more successful than I expected. So thank you again. But I will be back to streaming on Twitch 2 nights a week starting on August 17th, which is a Monday night. I'm going to be doing Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. I hope that you will consider following me over on Twitch and joining us for Monday and Wednesday night live streams for what's ostensibly just a pirate radio show that I do over Twitch, right from this very office. And we have a lot of fun. Wednesday nights I do requests and that sort of thing. So hopefully you will join us then. But in the meantime, I think that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.